Hello my dear students, this is Akash SD. Welcome to the ASD Physics classes. Hope you all are doing really great. So students, in this video we are going to solve the question from the chapter Ray Optics based on very practical application apparent depth. Okay, so let's go through the question. The question is, how much water should be filled in a container of height 21 centimeter so that it appears half filled to the observer when viewed from the top of the container. Here the key word is the appear. That means observer is not going to see the actual bottom. The observer is going to see the just apparent bottom. That means not actual bottom, apparent bottom. How all these things will happen? Let's see here. So according to the question what they have given, the total length of the beaker container, how much is given? 21 centimeter, represented by the yellow color. What is given here? 21 centimeter. Okay, and let's take the actual depth of the water is how much here? Let's take h. Okay, so see, from here to the actual bottom, I am telling here this is the actual depth. Actual depth what is given here? Not given, actually I am taking h. Okay, so what will happen that when the observer, when the this is the observer is here, okay, observer is here, observer OB. So observer what is going to see? Observer will see the actual bottom. So what will happen that here from this bottom, let's take here, I will consider here this is the point O, the light will travel towards the eye. Here what will happen that here the moment light will reach at the surface of the water, the medium will change. That means here what is happening? Which medium? Denser medium, water. And here what is happening? Rarer medium, that means air. So we know very well when the light will travel from denser medium to rarer medium, what will happen? It will bend away from the normal. Okay, so let's take this is the normal is there. You can see very well, bending away from the normal. So when the observer will see this, observer can see in a straight line only. So what observer will observe? Actually the bottom is not here. He will observe that the bottom is here. Okay, he will observe, it will appear. Okay, so what I am telling you, this is the actual depth of the water, how much here? H. But what it will appear? It will appear somewhat less. That is called here the apparent depth here. Okay, and this apparent depth is given by always d actual by mu, and this mu is a denser with respect to rarer. That means here we can tell water with respect to air. Okay, now according to the question what they are telling that to the observer it should appear half filled. Okay, so when you will see the empty space of the container, so you can see very well, this is the total is 21, now yellow color, actual depth is h. So what will be this one here? This will be, we can tell here 21 minus h centimeter. Again I am telling you this is the total 21, actual depth is the h. So this is how much here actual length? 20 minus h centimeter. Now again I am telling you the observer is just observing the glass is half filled. Okay, so in this situation remember that here what will happen that here this one, this apparent depth, okay, this apparent depth that is appearing to the observer should be equal to how much? Should be equal to this empty space of the container. Okay, so what is the empty space of the container? 21 minus h. So when empty space of the container is equal to the apparent depth of the beaker, okay, because in that water is there apparent depth. Okay, so when both will be equal in this situation only, what will happen that here to the observer this container will appear, half filled. Okay, so in this situation kindly see here this d apparent is given by d actual by mu is equal to 21 minus h here. Now what is this here? Water is there now, so water with respect to air, okay. Now what is the actual depth of the water? As I have told you h, so I can write here h, and this I will just write here mu is equal to 21 minus h. Okay, now after that we'll just solve here. What is the value of the water? Nothing is given now, so for the water please remember that the value will be 4 by 3, and if sometimes in a glass not given the refractive index of the glass, it we used to take 3 by 2, 1.5, but here water is there, so what I have told you 4 by 3. So when I will take this water with respect to air 4 by 3, so see here h by 4 by 3 is equal to 21 minus h. So it will become here 3h by 4 is equal to 21 minus h, is it? Now h will come this side here, so I can write here, kindly see here 3h by 4 plus h is equal to 21, is it? Now if I take here 4 as LCM, so it will become here 3h plus it will become here 4h is equal to 21. Now after that it will become 3h plus 4h, how much here? 7h. So 7h is equal to 4 will come this side, so it will come here 4 into 21. Now we can very easily calculate h. The value of h will be 4 into 21 by 7. So 21 by 7, that means 7 3 is 21. So 4 into 3. 4 into 3, what is coming here? 12 centimeter. What is coming? Kindly say very well. 12 centimeter. And what is h? The h is the actual height of the water that is filled. No, actual depth we can tell. Actual this one. I am telling you actual this height, but actually what is it? If we'll see from here, this is the actual depth. So what is the actual depth? Again I am telling you actual depth is the 12 centimeter. Okay. And if I check the cross check, what will appear? So what is the empty space? The empty space is 21 minus h. Kindly see here. 21 minus 12, the empty space of the container will be how much here? 21 minus 12, that means the empty space of the container is 9 centimeter. And what is appearing to the observer? The observer will see the which depth? Apparent depth. Okay. So this d apparent, what we know? H by mu, is it? And what we have got the actual depth? We have got here 12, and this is water with respect to here means what is coming here? 4 by 3. So 12 by 4 by 3, it will become here, kindly see, 12 into 3 by 4, and it will come what here? 9 centimeter, is it? So you can see the empty space of the container, how much here? 9 centimeter. And what is appearing to the observer? D apparent. What is there? 9 centimeter. Both are equal. That means to the observer, it will appear half filled. But in this situation, what is the actual depth of the water? The actual depth of the water is how much here? 12 centimeter. In the question, they have asked the actual depth of the water. So what is the answer here? The correct answer is here 12 centimeter is the answer. This here, this 12 centimeter is the answer. Kindly see very well. Is it? So students, I hope so. This very practical question based upon the actual depth, apparent depth is very clear to you. Keep studying, keep growing.